Arizona, we did it! I feel fantastic. I feel like I'm on cloud 10. And look, I know earlier I said I dedicated to the families at home, but I want to know I also dedicated to everybody here tonight. I heard all your support. I felt all your support. And without you, I don't know if I could have did it. So I thank you. I'm going to continue to do the best job I can for this company, for this locker room, and for these fans. I love you guys so much, you don't even know. Thank you so much.
The Battle of Yorktown, 1781.
Monsieur Hamilton,
Monsieur Lafayette,
in command where you belong.
are you saying no sweat? We're finally on the field, we've had quite a run.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
So what happens if we win?
I go back to France, I bring freedom to my people if I'm given the chance.
We'll be with you when you do.
Go, lead your man.
I'll see you on the other side.
Till we meet again.
I am not throwing away my shot.
Properly, but then we have yours. It's fine. It's weird in here. So, happy Tony's Day, everybody. Tonight is the Tony Awards, one of my favorite nights of the entire year. And we're having a 10th anniversary of Hamilton. So, I figured opening up with the song they will be performing tonight at the Tony Awards. This is Yorktown, the world turned upside down, from the original Broadway cast of Hamilton. I actually just rewatched the freaking pro tape last week. I rewatched it last week. So I watched it. I haven't watched it in a while, and I rewatched it last week. That was a lot of fun. So, what a weekend this was. This has been a crazy weekend. I literally watched 3 wrestling shows in a day yesterday. 3, yeah. And I'll joke about it later, but the TNA show had almost as many matches as the other 2 shows combined. Not even joking. Not even joking. The TNA show had 9 matches, and Rose Collide and Brandy Bank had 10 matches combined. So, before we get to that though, Thursday, after we went off the air, my TikTok, the show TikTok account was going absolutely crazy. What happened was, I put up a graphic, saying if you can, join the room of your percentage of your phone. It was a stupid graphic I put up on TikTok, and all of a sudden it almost went viral. And we ended up, my phone was erupting. But because of that, last week's question of the week ended up getting actual answers, more answers. So I figured we'll share them here, and then I'll edit them together with one being on Thursday and put a video up that way. So if you want to remind everybody, Christian, what the question of the week was for last week, and we'll go through these answers.
Name a fast food restaurant you love that others find sort of gross.
So, first of all, was this Twin Nation 2X in White Castles, St. Louis 314 the best. I don't even know what that means.
I have no idea.
I'm guessing it's their local St. Louis one. But ironically, it wasn't even the only one for White Castle because Queen Nadine also said White Castle. So, then we also had a vote for Taco Bell from Ta Robinson. Then we had Arby's by Les Monk. We had, I don't know what Crystals is.
I think it's a burger.
I don't know this one, but just as Charlie Blockhead, which I love that name, not gonna lie. And then
Wendy's by Papa San 10 grands.
Yes.
Brand.
So that is the those are answers for those questions. I just wanted to make sure it was in here 24 hours. And I say 24 hours because all TNA against the odds actually started at 9 p.m. our time on Friday. And then so from Friday then Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank all in one day. If that's not impressive enough, Stephanie Bakir actually wrestled 3 matches in 24 hours. How else is that, by the way? So, all right. Couple notes from TNA. I just say something about TNA. There's all this like Discord online about AEW versus WWE and all the fans, blah 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 blah. And there are times, especially when I watch Dynamite, sometimes it feels like you have to be in a club to actually enjoy Dynamite.
That sounds about right.
There's something about watching TNA, especially knowing that is so much more comfortable. It is so much more relaxed. They're willing to go with anything. Fans are willing to go with anything that goes on in the ring. The stuff that happens is fun and surprising. And like, it's a good show. And like, it's just a nice change of pace. You know, it's so nice. That's probably why I'm still watching the show every week, because I really, really enjoy the attitude and the pace behind everything. Against the Odds, really good show. I actually one of their better PLEs in a while. This is their last big show before our 10th anniversary. So that's a big deal. There's people wondering why he's looking up. Yeah, I set up a new screen for him so you can actually see the screen better. So if you're watching on a video screen, that's why. It's not a bad thing. It's just because of how we have the new setup in here.
And it's easier for me.
Yeah, I made it easier for him to be able to follow along what we're doing. So anyway, a couple of big notes coming out of wow, I have to figure out the context of that message later.
What?
Sorry, I got distracted on TikTok. I got a message from one of my friends that says, the video she sent me, and it says, why does he have a button legs? I need to know the context of that later. I don't know
that is America for you.
Wow. Anyway, back to this. On the pre-show, you have the Elegance brand taking on a new tag team that I don't know who they are yet because they're brand new, and Zaya Brookside. Elegance brand won, and the concierge was cutting a promo saying, we're the best women's tag team in the world. Blah, 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 blah. The most attractive women's tag team. Blah, 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 blah. Well, when you said attractive and best, music hit we haven't heard in about 4 years in TNA. And the inspiration, formerly known as the Iconics, returned to TNA. I was like, holy shit, what a surprise. Like, I was really, really surprised by this. So very happy to see them. And they cut a promo in the back like, oh my God, I missed this promo style. I missed their promo style so much. But this is the only thing I was spoiled about when I went into the show because it happened during SmackDown. Where everything else happened after I went to bed. What?
So that's fair enough.
Yeah. So
it was the only thing.
Yeah. Everything else though I got to see as we went along. Other big things that happened here. Masha Sandwich, he defended the Knockouts Championship against Zayang Lee. And after the match, music hit again that we haven't heard in a couple of years since the pandemic. And Killer Kelly came out. He was the former tag team partner of Masha Sandwich when they were tag team champions at MK Ultra.
Oh.
And she came out with the chain that represented their team, dropped it in front of Masha, and pretty much challenged her for the title. Which I'm excited about. I'm not going to lie.
Go.
That is not a match I didn't even think about Killer Kelly for the Masha Sandwich as a match that was going to happen this year. But I'm all for it. This is going to be one hell of a match. Killer Kelly is really, really good for those who've never seen her. And they were one of the longest reigning women's tag team champions. Killer Kelly and Masha. So back when Masha was undefeated. So and the last thing was we opened it up in the pre-show, in the preamble there. Santino Marella, he defeated Robert Stone to stay the TNA Director of Authority. This match is way better than any right to be. This match did not deserve to be this good.
Oh my gosh. Was it actually pretty good?
It was so much fun. Because you know what it is? I'll say this about TNA. They rely on old school tricks. The old school tricks. Like a simple distract referee and poke him in the eyes. Or or go to the crowd, do a walk and brawl. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because the referee doesn't want to throw and they also had a special guest referee. It was Matt Cardona.
Oh.
Matt Cardona was special guest referee. That was announced on the pre-show. It was a big surprise. And what they did was, because it's Matt Cardona, He actually said, I'll call it down the middle because I hate both companies.
Fair enough.
I love that logic. It was the best logic ever. And then
perfectly.
Robert Stone tried to pay off Matt Cardona during the show. Gave him money, and Robert Stone and Matt Cardona pretty much said no during the match, which is a big surprise. I didn't expect that. That was really, really cool. And then Santino ended up winning with the Cobra.
No one kicks out.
Well, here's the thing about the Cobra. Funny part about the Cobra. The Cobra was banned by Robert Stone got the Cobra banned in their tag match back as Under Siege.
Oh my God.
So Santino wrote it into the fine print that the Cobra was no longer banned. Early in the match, he tried to hit the Cobra, and Tessa Blanchard took the actual snake off his wrist and ran.
Oh my God.
So now, oh shit, how did you hit the Cobra? How did that happen? Ariana had another snake in her bra and handed it to her. Handed it to him. It was such a great moment. And if you realize that it's father-daughter, it makes it even cooler. Like it's one of those cool like father-daughter moments.
That's amazing.
Like it was a really cool moment, and then he won with the Cobra. One Cobra shot, and he won.
No one kicks out.
Nobody
the Cobra
does.
Except for
it's so rare. I mean, that came up in the CBB interview that it's like very few people have ever kicked out of the Cobra ever. It's pretty cool. Like it's a pretty cool thing.
Which is ironic because you compare this to the One-Winged Angel, and you could just
It's
tell
weird.
they're two different moves, but similar kick out percentages.
It's weird, right? But
It's quite sad.
I know it's weird. It's wrestling. But
Wrestling.
But what I love about the show is that they relied on old school stuff. They relied on old school. Like here's something. Remember Under Siege? I was talking about they had Cody Deaner. He had a match against Eddie Edwards. And if he lost, he would no longer have a contract with TNA.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, the Hardys and Leon Slater needed a tag team partner. And out came the local tag team hero. That's literally what it was called. Local hero. And it was Cody Deaner in a mask. And everybody went with it. Nobody shit on it. The entire crowd went with it, and it was awesome. Like it was so
That's
cool.
amazing.
And then watching like Moose and them try to play off of this, it was so entertaining because it's so old school. It's so stupid and old school, but it works so well.
I can see that works perfectly.
And even Mandy, who was watching the match with me, she's like, "How's it? This is stupid." And even she got into the match by the end because it got so entertaining because it was so much fun. So
stupid.
but it works. But it works. That's the best part. It works. Okay, let's go to Worlds Collide. So I finished that. Took a little break. And Worlds Collide. I'll give my full thoughts on Worlds Collide in a second, but I do need to recognize the Cold Hero. This is the right button. This should be the right button. Hold on a second. Things are a little disorganized on my end. I'm hoping this is the right button. Wait a minute. Who the? Long one. That ain't the right one. That's for later. That's for later. Here it is. It's out of order.
La siguiente lucha será en relevos 3 contra 3. Entrando primero, con un peso combinado de 485 libras, el equipo de Aerostar, Octagon Jr. y Mr. Iguana.
We are going to kick off the afternoon with a 6-man tag team matchup and starting things off.
What the fuck?
That was Mr. Iguana. Who, when we saw him on NXT, he was just petting his pet iguana, and no one really thought anything of it. This man, within a 10-minute match, became a fucking cult hero on wrestling social media. It was absolutely incredible.
That is wrestling for you.
And so we had the pet iguana that he uses in matches, that he uses during matches. It's absolutely hysterical. But the craziest thing is it was Lindsay Dorado and the LWO on the other side.
Yep.
And Lindsay Dorado was sitting so annoyed by this. And again, back to what I was saying about old school. The crowd, the most heel heat, this entire crowd, the entire afternoon, the biggest heel hate came from
Lindsay Dorado.
Lindsay Dorado grabbing Mr. Iguana's iguana, and stepping on it and hitting an elbow on it. That was one of the biggest heat moments of the entire show. And Mr. Iguana's reaction of "How dare you? How dare you?" It was unbelievably hysterical. Like it was so funny.
You know, this is wrestling for you. This is wrestling at its finest for you in a nutshell. A motherfucking cult leader, cult figure, iguana guy with the stuff to quote.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe what I was watching.
This reminds me of fucking Al Snow and Head. What the hell is this shit?
You know what? That also worked.
You know what? Head versus Iguana. Make the goddamn match happen. That's WrestleMania 55 for you right there.
Oh, no, actually, people are now wondering if Mr. Iguana can face Ron Killing. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. We'll get to that in a few.
I like my joke better. It's just.
It did work better, but
it's just two objects in the ring.
Santino's around. So Cobra versus the Iguana, and we're all good.
Invisible Stan versus Invisible Man, but it's Head versus a Mr. versus the Iguana. There you go. Make it happen, folks.
Oh my lord! God damn,
Did you see the head go flying through a table?
I love pro wrestling. I really do love pro wrestling so much.
This is like pro wrestling is pro wrestling.
This is why I love this sport so much. So then we had overall the show was good. I had two things. I have two minor complaints. Overall, I enjoyed the show. I'll give it at least an 8- as a presentation and as a broadcast. And there was 0 streaming issues on YouTube. 0 issues, which I greatly appreciated. But 2 minor quibbles. Number one, it was Corey Graves and Conan on the commentary. Somebody had to tell Conan that not every single moment he talks, he has to tell somebody's life story or tell some history of a move. We don't need that. That was such a problem for me. Like, it was getting annoying. It was actually just getting it because Corey's trying to call the match. And Conan is just adding stories for no reason whatsoever, for no context to most of the stories he's telling. And at one point, he literally says, I want to tell a story. Corey finishes, and Conan forgot what he was talking about. He forgot. And we never got to what he wanted to talk about. We never got to it.
Are we sure Papa just wasn't on commentary?
It was so weird. So that was my number problem. Number 2 problem. Video packages. They had subtitles because it was pretty much what it was. It ended up being a AAA show with WWE people on it. It wasn't a WWE show with AAA people on it. It was the other way around, which actually was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It was AAA. It was AAA ropes and the AAA logo next to the WWE logo in the ring. It was no advertising. There was no prime hydration station. There was nothing. It was just a AAA show with WWE people. The video packages had they were playing them and they had closed captioning and everything else translated. And it's just personally someone that watches a lot of New Japan and watches a lot of Japanese wrestling. And what I really appreciate is on the commentary team, we always have somebody translating. I am not a Spanish speaking person. I am not.
Ironically, I am Hispanic. I don't speak Spanish.
Well, but my point is though,
I know.
I'm watching the show and the promos are being cut in Spanish and there's nobody translating. I have no idea what's going on.
Figure it out.
The one person I will applaud to, Finn Balor's wife, was doing the interviews, making her WWE debut. That was pretty cool. And Lillian Garcia did all the calls in Spanglish, which was awesome. Hearing her international tone and tongue was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. Plus, hearing her new national anthem anytime, I'll take that anytime. So this moment broke the internet, though, in the middle of the show.
Here we go.
Oh, she's gonna do her move. Here we go. What is this called? You know?
They call it the Devil's Kiss. If we get that far. But wait a minute.
Oh, double.
Kisses in stereo.
I like this. Oh, I like this. Yes. Why did they stop?
That was the Devil's Kiss by Stephanie McCure and Lola By the way, I have never been a huge Lola By fan. I really never have been. This was her best match I've ever seen her in. Maybe because she was in her element. Maybe because of the AAA match. Maybe it was because she wasn't under any stress. Maybe I'm familiar with it. She was not under the main event stress of NXT. But this was such a good, entertaining match. I really enjoyed it. He's cracking up at something over here. What are you cracking up at?
It's just. Oh, she's going for a move. Why did they stop?
That's going on the entire broadcast. The entire 2.5
In the
hours.
matter of one whole moment, he got me laughing from two things
I
he said.
understand what's going on during this podcast.
It's just how he said she's going for a move. That's the equivalent. 'Cause I know it's gonna be random, but remember when it was Christian when he first it's Christian, and that's exactly how he sounded too.
Well, here's the funny part about that: the clip cut off, and after that, Corey does because over on Raw. Whenever Stephanie hits that, Michael and Pat always make a Booker T joke. Over on Raw, it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's Booker T's thing. You make a little joke, everyone laughs. Problem is, I don't think Conan actually watched NXT.
Oh no.
And so he didn't understand why Corey referenced Booker T randomly. He had no idea. He had no clue why he referenced Booker. It was so stupid. Like, come on, Conan. Please pretend to give a shit. Like, pretend to care.
That is the employee who just shows up to work to get paid and go back home.
Well, at what point Corey goes and says, I know you just met me earlier today. Conan.
Did you even know what's going on in the show?
It was so like, wow. Did you guys not talk for the broadcast? It sure felt like it at times.
Wow. This is wrestling for you.
But so other two title matches, we had Ethan Page retained, and so did Vikingo.
Wow, you could see the two different matches you have here. Ethan Page is smiling, and Vikingo really looks like he's about to take a match.
Well, he's selling a knee injury.
I'm sorry. I know he's selling the injury, but he looks like he's about to take on the most winning victory shit you've ever seen in God knows history, mankind.
By the way, Ethan Page, by the way, stole the victory from Devon Evans.
Oh my god, of course.
Devon actually went to go hit his what the hell's the finishing move?
The splash thingy?
Yeah.
Hit the road.
Yeah, he did that, but because he turns his back to the opponent and he's in midair, Ethan Page got out of the way.
Oh.
And he hit. What did he hit? Was it Phoenix? Oh, it was Ray Phoenix. It was Ray Phoenix. Hit Ray Phoenix. And while he was reacting, Ethan threw Devon out of the ring and then hit his finisher and pinned Phoenix. It was like, wow.
I'm surprised Phoenix got pinned.
And so was I, actually.
I thought it was going to be the, what was the other one?
Oh, Laredo. Well, Laredo's also not in this company. So they're trying to be nice and not pin someone who's not in this company. So, this is the final shot actually to end the show.
Wow.
That's literally how we went off the air at 2:30. Right here. This is how we went off the air.
Mexico.
It was a really cool show. I really enjoyed it for what it was. Like, I really, really thought it was fun. So, finally, in the last show of the day, 3 shows in one day. I did a WrestleMania weekend. I don't recommend it if you're not a big wrestling fan. You're not a big fan of this. But the cool part is today I have no wrestling to watch today, so I'm gonna sit back and do other things today. So Money in the Bank. Before we get to the Money in the Bank winners, we always talk about every title change. This is what we do. Oh, wrong button. I was saying that's the wrong one.
Here's your winner.
There it is.
There
it is. Becky Lynch is now the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Why?
Beating Lyra Valkyria. Okay, here's my thing with this. I don't hate it. I want to hate it. And last night, I think I hated it in the moment. Now that I'm thinking about it more, I don't hate it. By the way, I have not listened to any audio reviews. This is all me. I have not listened to audio reviews today. I was actually watching a Broadway show this morning, so I have not actually listened to any audio reviews yet today. But Becky and Lyra had the exact same feud in NXT, where Lyra lost to Becky and then won back her title. So this is going to end with Lyra winning her title back from Becky and that big victory, maybe at, I don't know, SummerSlam or something. I have no problem with this. But only if Lyra wins the belt back.
Mm-hmm.
I love Bayley, but I don't want Bayley winning this belt either. Like, this is me. And I know it's shocking to people, knowing how much I love Bayley. But I don't want this belt to be like wrestled with main eventers. It's just not. I don't think it's fair right now. Not yet. Maybe down the road, but not yet. Like over on SmackDown, the feud, Julia. I think it's weird that Julia is going after the U.S. title, but at least Julia is not a main eventer yet. So like I understand that you're moving.
Julia went from a main eventer from NXT to
a mid-carder on SmackDown. That's absolutely fine. Build her up. Don't do what you did with Asuka. Don't do what you did with Asuka. So this is actually a smart idea.
No, do not redo what you did with Asuka.
But so that's that. Let's go to the Money in the Bank winners. We have Naomi, which was my pick, by the way, and Seth Rollins, which was the consensus. I don't want this to happen, but it's probably going to happen pick. Your thoughts on these winners?
Naomi, that is a beautiful picture. That is going to be everyone's background picture for the next month and a half.
No, that's evil. It's straight up evil.
And then Seth looks like a kid in the candy store. He is happy as all hell. Congratulations to both. Naomi's gonna be annoying as fuck. Seth's gonna be annoying as fuck. We'll just see what happens.
See, I want. I mean, that's such a weird vote. I picked Naomi, and I picked Naomi for a valid reason.
And also, will we get the Heist of the Century Part 2?
I was about to say something like that. Here's the thing. I'm all for Naomi winning. I wanted Naomi to win. So I'm not going to go against what I said. With Seth, I never wanted him to win. I don't think he needs it. And I get the whole like, well, he gets to attack his opponents and he gets to do this, gets that, do this. I'm like, yeah, but I don't care. Maybe I'm already over the faction. I'm more into his cronies than him. I'm more into Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed. And Jacob Fatu. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And Jacob Fatu too. I'm more into them in general than I am in any of this, personally. So. Oh, that was trying to fix something that didn't work. Sorry about that. Anyway,
I was jamming out.
No, so I understand why they put that. I understand. I get it with Seth. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I mean, you're not supposed to like it.
Is that the point? I mean, serious. Is that the point?
Probably at this point. You're not supposed to like it, but he's gonna make it more annoying. That's the thing with Naomi. Even though people said she was gonna win, it's gonna make her a lot more annoying.
I mean, you're right. You're not wrong.
It's gonna make them both more annoying, and that's gonna make it like I don't even know. It's gonna make them more unsufferable. Whatever you say.
Insufferable.
Yeah, insufferable, and that's gonna be perfect then for the characters.
I mean, that's a good point. I guess.
And for Naomi, that's one above Jade.
That's the thing. I really hope. See, I'm okay. I'm not going to say this officially now. I'm going to say especially now because I was actually asked by my friend Josh last night why I picked Naomi to win because he is not happy with either one of these winners. And I went and said, I'm predicting Jade's going to beat Tiffany, and then Naomi will cash in on Jade the minute Jade wins that title. Because I'm more sure about this now because on the post show they asked her about Jade and she said she wasn't done with Jade on the post show. So now I'm more sure of this prediction.
I don't know why I just did this. Like I was trying to nod and shake my head the exact goddamn same time.
I have no idea why either. I have no idea why. I'm trying to upload a photo to the stream because I forgot a photo for something in a minute. But before we get to that, so we get to our main event. And what did you think of the main event before we get to the ending? John Cena and Logan Paul, Cody and Jay.
You know what? Never would you ever say Logan Paul and John Cena will be on the same side.
Oh, no, that's
in a
true.
WWE ring.
You're 100% right about that.
If you ever told me that, I thought you'd be fucking bullshitting me.
You're 100% accurate about that. This should not work. This shouldn't work. And I hate to admit it worked.
Somehow it did.
It did. And we give Logan Paul a lot of shit on this show. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. But God damn it. I've never seen somebody do that with a drone before. I've never seen them do moves right with a drone right next to them like that. And not cross the drone. I was impressed.
Well, I mean, the same drone did eventually die after getting superplexed and then Uso splash.
Well, have you ever seen that before? I've never seen that before. So that was the first for me. That's how I'm looking at it.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but yes, I have seen it before.
You have?
I have.
Where? Besides video games?
Dude Perfect.
Explain, please.
They are trick shot YouTubers, but there was a drone shot. One of them caught the drone and threw it like it was a ball, and it proceeded to like make a whole like lap around them.
Oh, okay.
It was for a transition like to next clip, pretty much.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I've
never seen it before in a ring like WWE
and
ring.
I'm just saying that I'm not trying to be that guy, but yes, I have seen it before.
Fair enough. I mean, that's just why we have different perspectives. I have no problem with that because you have a different perspective than I do. I never knew what you're talking about, so I'd rather prefer that because at least you have that perspective. Yep. You know.
Thank God. Everyone knows what they're doing because you one wrong like finger placement. That's going bye.
Oh,
especially with those blades.
Very much, very, very true.
Because of I could tell just how expensive they look. The blades either are very sharp or they're going to be very fast. So either way, your fingers are going to be hurt if they have one wrong placement. But all I'm saying is that drone after that Uso splash did not survive.
No,
It did not get back up.
but so we have the match, and again, back to as much as everyone hates the John Cena character, at least to his credit, if he's going to be a heel, and he's being a heel. Like I give him credit for that.
But I said this while we're watching it.
Yep.
He cannot be heel for this.
Oh
last-
no, I actually somebody gave a theory. Here's a theory I heard.
It's just a theory.
There's a theory I heard that they're using Logan Paul to help John Cena eventually turn face again. Where eventually Logan's going to be too much for even John. And
That's a
John's
first.
going to turn, John is going to turn on Logan because Logan's pissing him off a lot and that'll turn him back face. I like that actually.
Yes.
That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Because then this will make a lot more sense why we even had this match to begin with. You know, it makes a lot more sense. But that's not how we end this talk.
No.
That's not how we end this. Because I did not see coming.
No one did. I don't think it's true.
Make sure this is the right button.
Wait a minute. Who the hell?
Somebody's
A spear on Cena. Oh my God! Oh my God! R-Truth is here! R-Truth! R-Truth! Truth is back! Truth is back! We want truth! We want truth! We want truth!
Wow, that pop.
That
Jesus
pop was
Christ.
insane. That was amazing.
I immediately figured it out. As soon as he tackled John, and I'm not trying to sound racist, but all I saw was the black skin and
no, that's not a bad thing. That's perfect. That's actually perfect. That's not racist whatsoever.
Okay, I just want to speak. I just want to say that before I say it.
No, absolutely not racist at all.
As soon as he jumped and tagged Cena, his lower back was showing under the hoodie. I was like, "It's R-Truth." I'm calling it right now.
I didn't see that. I didn't notice it until he took the hood off and I saw his black. Ironically, saw his head. Black, solid black. There's not many wrestlers in WWE that are that black that are not in the New Day. So like, it surprised the hell out of me too. But that pop was insane.
But no, I saw
amazing.
his lower. I almost said lower black. That's lower back, and I saw a solid black, like you said. And like, there's only one person that I could think of, R-Truth, and oh my God, that was perfect.
And that was a great moment. So Triple H did address this at the post-show press conference, and he went and he. I give credit where it's due. He found a way to spin it that it was a work all along. I don't think it was, but the way Triple H made it sound, it was a work all along.
Oh my God.
Now, there's a way around this. There's one way around this. No, I want no prize for this. Technically, when R-Truth put out that post, he could say, as the R-Truth character is no longer under contract, but Ron Killings is now under contract with his new deal, because when they put a shirt up right after the show, it was Ron Killings, not R-Truth.
Yep.
So that's one of those things. Okay, what we're doing. I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know if we're going to get into the R-Truth John Cena match or something, but like, I wouldn't want to waste another John Cena match. No offense to R-Truth, I wouldn't want to waste another John Cena match like that. But
Or we can just get like a promo.
maybe that'd be fun.
Get a promo at this point.
But I don't know the next time Cena's going to be on the show, but it should be a lot of fun. I just didn't expect it. It was a really cool surprise. That was well done, well played, nicely done.
Round of applause to that. That was amazing.
So before we move on, I do want to. So I go on. I don't go. I actually tried to stay off social media yesterday in general because Twitter was a terrible place to be during Worlds Collide. So I just stayed off social media most of that show.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
It was a terrible place to be. Outside of Mr. Iguana, it was a terrible place to be. But I want to address something.
This sad proves it's true.
There are a lot of people online attacking the LA crowd for not showing up for the show last night. And they said it was sold out. But when you span around the arena, there's a bunch of empty seats. There was riots going on down the street from the arena. Roads were blocked off and there was traffic. So you guys are idiots. You guys are just morons that you actually think, oh, the fans in fucking in fucking LA don't care about the show. There was a riot going on. Like, what did you expect? So to all the people on social media and all the people, mostly AEW fans, they're like, "Oh, look at the audience. You guys give us shit."
Fuck off! Fuck off! Just F-U-C-K-O-F-F, fuck off!
So anyway, moving
That was
on.
beautiful.
Moving on.
But no, that's
Uh-huh.
but okay. They don't care about the show. Bitch, they are trying to okay. Can I say survive? Is that like
Trying to get through this. They're trying to get
trying
through
to
the
fucking
craziness going on in LA.
survive this?
At the same time, there's also, by the way, a fucking marathon going on while the riots are going on. There's a whole shit going on in LA last night. It was a chaotic night last night in LA. So like, and a concert also was going on at SoFi. So like, there was a Doshi concert at SoFi last night too. So like, and WWE had a hard out because they were, because TKO wanted to make sure people could go to the UFC show. So WWE had to go off the air soon. Anyway, speaking of WWE, they officially made it official last night that WrestleMania is going back to Las Vegas. That was a graphic I was working on getting it back on the stream here. I actually like the new Vegas graphic. Not gonna do, I do like it. And it's my birthday weekend again. It's not Easter weekend this year, at least. That's good, at least. But might be easier to get the people on the show that weekend.
Yep.
It's my birthday weekend, so guess who's taking off his birthday the day after Mania?
Woo!
This guy. I get my birthday off for free every year. So I don't. People are like all upset and all up in arms because it's in Vegas.
Why?
And not New Orleans like it was planned. I get it. But if you're not going to Mania, like if you're going to Mania and you're planning on New Orleans, I get it. But if you're not going and you're just home like we are, why do you care where it is? Like, why do you care? Honestly, why give a shit? I don't
They
care.
need something to complain about.
Like, I don't care where Mania is as long as we can, as long as like it's easy to watch and we put it on the calendar, we make sure there's no conflicts that weekend. It makes it easier for my birthday. We can actually make that nice and easy. But you know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get why people are so obsessed with what looking and they're blaming. They're like, TKO took it away from them. You don't know what was going on in New Orleans. You don't know what's going on there. Or maybe Vegas is offering more money. And if that's the case, who cares? Who cares, honestly? But that's that. One last thing. Monday. This is a big deal. On Monday night, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. It is Jey Uso defending against Gunther in the WrestleMania rematch.
Yep.
How do you think this is going to go? How do you think this is going to go? I don't know what's going on. I'll ask you again, and I wrote it.
It's stupid hair.
How do you think this is going to go?
Jey Uso is gonna tap out. I almost said Samoa Joe. I don't know why.
I'm going to set you up again. You start over. How do you think the match is going to go?
I think Jey Uso is gonna tap out Gunther once again with the sleeper for no reason at all.
Fair enough.
Just to solidify everything.
Okay. Now I have a
You're gonna
question.
hit him with 55 Uso splashes.
I have a question. Do you expect to catch him?
Maybe.
It's right. It's a tough question here because they know how much they love to get rid of one of the cases quickly.
Which is stupid. I'm gonna be dead honest.
And if they're going to keep the belt one on Naomi for a while, which again makes sense because the person I think she would be for the title hasn't holding the belt yet. I don't know how to feel here. I guess I only think I actually can see this night ending with Seth holding the title. I can legitimately think on Thursday when we come on Thursday, Seth Rollins might be the World Heavyweight Champion.
Again.
But yeah, again, but as the leader of his faction and cash in and actually won the belt. Because remember last year, they tried to do the whole thing where Drew cashed in immediately. He lost.
Horribly. I mean, he did also get jumped by Punk.
But still, no, that was a different one. That was the first. That was actually the Damian Priest cash in on Drew. Drew won Money in the Bank and tried to cash in, and then ended up losing. So
No. Wait, you said WrestleMania.
I'm not talking about Mania.
Which one are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about Drew won the Money in the Bank match, and then later on the same night, cashed in and lost.
Yes, because Punk attacked him.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah, Punk. The whole thing was Drew. Drew had everything set up. Seth was down. Gaiman was getting up for the Claymore, and Punk.
I guess I
just,
didn't remember. I guess I didn't remember
just-
that. You're probably right. You're probably right. I
no,
just don't remember.
remember is because they went to the timekeepers area, and oh my god, I think Drew got knocked the shit out of by a chair or something.
So, all right. Like I said, I could totally see us coming back on Thursday and Seth Rollins being champion. Honestly, I could totally see it. Before we wrap up,
Wouldn't that make him the first time for the new title, the 2-time champion?
yes, for this title, because he was the first time champion of the whole of this title. You're absolutely right. So before we get out of here, real quick, I did this morning. I watched last night. So last night, CNN. Weird segue. I just wanted to plug this one. Wow. CNN last night, for the first time ever, aired a Broadway play live. They did the show Good Luck, Good Night, Good Luck, which is George Clooney's Broadway show at the Winter Garden Theater, and they aired it live last night. And I watched it this morning. Maybe because it's not my type of show. I thought there were too many projectors. I thought they were trumping too many archived footage of personal tastes. I don't quite understand why the show is nominated for Best Play tonight at the Tony Awards. I don't get it, personally. And it probably won't win. The only reason why this is making so much money is because George Clooney's in it. That's the only reason. There's no way. If George Clooney, this show would not be making as much money as it's making. It makes $4 million a week. For a Broadway show, that's ridiculous. Most shows only make 2.5 at the most. Like Hamilton only makes 2.5. Oh, but
fuck my Jesus Christ.
So, I will say the ending was great, but like the whole show itself, I don't know what I watched. So that was weird. That being said, though, because it is Tony's, we will close out with a song from a show that will probably win a shit ton of awards tonight.
So where did we
This
meet?
is from
Yes. It was a
you know one of these people.
You forgot
And
your
what's the
umbrella, so you
want
went
the
on
press?
mine.
I initiated this.
I pressed it. Come on,
Melancholy, but also romantic.
Darren Chris.
On the rainy streets.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Stupid thing. There you go. There was a delay on my screen. It went weird. Pressed it. Is it coming up to the back of the screen yet? No.
Nope.
I know.
There we go. There we go. Derek Chris and Helen Sheen did the rainy day we met from maybe Happy Ending, which will probably win a shit ton of awards tonight. Derek Chris, by the way, he could be a Tony Award winner either from winning the actor or winning the show, because he's also a producer on the show, and the producers get the Tony Award. So he's almost guaranteed to win a Tony Award, which is insane. That being said, let's get out of here. First of all, let me get the graphic up for Thursday. Thursday, we have a New Japan show to cover.
Ooh.
It is their second biggest show of the year. This is Dominion. And it's currently headlined by Goto versus Shingo Taki. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to try to get a guest for Thursday's show. But for now, the three of us will be here to talk about Dominion. Yep. So I'm excited about that. And Christian, go.
Follow me on the Villain Zane Riley at the Villain Zane 627 on YouTube. I hopefully will be streaming sometime later, or if my actual stream wants to work, because want to know what happened yesterday?
What?
I had a 3.5 hour stream that never fucking saved, and because it said I was recording.
Of course not.
Went to my channel, and never fucking existed. And it was,
right.
and the problem was, it was one of my funniest streams I've had. And I can't save it because the clips I can only save are an hour long each. So all you would have is a completely out-of-pocket half game and a full game.
Wow.
But thank God, my friend, who also streams, got the full thing on him. So please go. I actually have him linked in my posts on my channel, so please check him out.
By the way, just the people wondering, he's more than likely be doing Tony work. He'll be streaming because after this, we're going to have lunch to the family and watch Faces Purple for the afternoon. So that's what we're planning on doing this afternoon.
Yep.
All right. So find us on all the social platforms and where you can, and everything right here. Like and subscribe. You see everything at the bottom of the screen here. There's a lot. I'm not going to read them all. But you can find us at Generation Evolution 00 on all social media platforms. And go ahead, like the post, comment on the post. I'm bringing a lot more interactions on TikTok, which is fun. But just comment and like the review. And also, please like the show on Spotify. I see people streaming the show, but people don't press like. Follow the show on Spotify,
It takes 2 clicks.
Yes, please.
Takes 2 clicks. Click the like button, and if there's a vacation, say yes. Press yes, please. Please, that's all we ask. That's what we ask of you.
Perfect.
We're not asking you to sign the Declaration of Independence.
Declaration of Independence.
I don't know.
How about you know the Constitution?
Constitution.
At this point. That would be nice. So, all right. That being said, let's get out of here. We'll see you on Thursday. I'm Blake.
I'm Christian.
And you've been tuned in to the Generation Evolution.
Bye.
Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy the 20s tonight.
The world was silent except our beating hearts. It's all those quiet parts you later can't forget. Thanks to one rainy day, the rainy day we met. Anyway, that's how we met.
Thank you so very much. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night.